Hello and welcome to continuation of Valkyria Chronicles. Let us start with vassal urban warfare. Yep, we go to a city. And this is our journey.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border.
Yep, there.
Maximilian,
waiting for a button click.
commander
Follow this
of the
video.
Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession.
Tanks win wars, apparently. We have one
Bruhl's
tank.
fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees. Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times. Within its walls stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess.
And here is where we come in.
Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country. As the conflict with the East grew worse, both Welkin and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
Son of a general, I was pretty much stuck with this job. Daughter of a baker?
So these are my new digs. Oh, my uniform. I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now.
This is a pointless scene. We could have just started here.
Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map. Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Welkin? Can I come in?
Sure, it's...
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually.
Why, thank you.
So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
It doesn't look kind of silly to people 70 years on. Don't worry about that.
No way. That plating on the
Actually, longer
back,
than that.
it's like a coleopterate exoskeleton.
Colio what? And did you just say beetle?
Yes, we just compared you to a beetle.
Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle.
King.
King of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very Welkin sort of compliment.
There are very many Welkin sort of compliments coming up.
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking. I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Since ours
Is
was
that a
destroyed
promise?
by
Well,
Snake.
I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
This video will probably be a lot of fluff and backstory rather than actually anything significant. So you may, I don't know. We'll see how time goes with this one. I'm conscious that this is where we make the squad up in this video. So
come in. Excuse me, ma'am. Gallian militia enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Gallian militia enlistee Alicia Melchiot. Also, reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant.
Hooray!
You'll be
Automatic
leader
promotion!
of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am!
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am!
Wait, because she's a
What do
baker?
you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Valdio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welcome was in science and I was in archaeology.
Neither of those two things are going to be
And
important.
just look at us now. No archaeology or science.
Not
Looks
at
like
all.
the two of us are studying war, I guess.
Looks that way. It's good to see you.
And you.
It just
That'll
won't,
be all for
won't
now.
be important to
There's
anything.
a strategy briefing later today, but you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgreaves. They'll be your new home, so get to know them. That'll be all. Report back in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Hooray! But yeah, there's not going to be no archaeology or science in this game. None at all. And welcome to the menu. Now you notice on the upper right we have experience and we have money. We get to spend both of them here. You effectively spend experience to level up your squads, and there's a way that happens. But first, squad barracks. Oh no, that's just where we find... Oh, whoop, wrong bit. Oops, I know what I'm doing, kind of. Yeah, this is a stage I normally don't do too much at all. But here we go, the command room. We now get to select the members of Squad 7. And these are semi-random. There are a few that... I think it's semi-random anyway. There's a few that seem to turn up as and when, and a few
It's good to see you doing the rounds. Welcome.
They can be changed later, but I generally don't
This
once
is
I've
the
got my
command
team.
room. Use it to structure your squad. You will have access to both drafted and volunteer recruits.
Hooray!
Now that I think of it, Squad 7 is still short on soldiers, isn't it? I'll explain how this works. This is the master list. The recruits have all been assigned classes based on their talents.
The 5
I should
classes.
probably touch on the
Yeah, here we
5
go.
classes, just so we're clear. First off, you have the scouts. Just like the name suggests, they'll be your eyes. Their best asset is their mobility. They can go out, collect intel, then make it back safely. That, and a keen eye for enemies. A good scout can spot a man in tall grass from 100 yards.
And that is why they are important.
That comes at the price of firepower. Their job is spotting enemies, not taking them out. Next up, the shock trooper.
I've called
They're
them
the ones to
stormtroopers, I'm
break
sure.
through
but-
enemy lines and clean up.
Yeah, I have called these stormtroopers in the past. They are shock troopers, but still, same difference.
They offer excellent offense and defense. As far as combat goes, they're as good as it gets. While they lack any specialized techniques, they also don't have any obvious shortcomings. Think of them as the least finicky unit in your squad, Lieutenant.
Except that they can't deal with tanks. That's all.
After them, we have Lancers, then anti-tank units. They're critical when facing armored targets. Their purpose is pretty self-explanatory. In most cases, they're the only way to stop a tank.
Though you normally need 2 or 3, which is why I tend to have 2 every
They're
time I
also
go
well
out.
shielded from explosives, which conveniently includes tank mortars. Sadly, they're slow and weak to gunfire. Their limited ammo could also be called a drawback.
But we have a way to
Changing
get around
gears,
that.
we have the engineers. They handle supplies and perform combat support. They can restock other units' ammunitions, treat the wounded, even repair tanks on site. They can place sandbags for cover, disarm mines, repair towers, you name it. Their actual combat skills are very low. Think
They're
of them
effectively
as combat
scouts
facilitators.
in terms of weapons, but with far less movement and obviously the lack
Lastly,
of ability
we have the
to see things.
snipers. They can shoot down targets from a considerable distance. You won't find better soldiers for marksmanship and range. They can hit targets I can barely see. Sniping rifles also come with scopes that work to augment a sniper's natural eyesight. Drawbacks include low mobility and defense. If the enemy gets them alone, they're done for.
Sandbags, height, and the dark.
That should cover the basics.
Okay, now let's go and see. We can basically recruit up to 20. We have 3 that are locked, Alicia, Rosie and Largo, who are sort of the story characters. We then have a long list of scouts, shock troopers, lancers. Let me just check if somebody's there. Yes, Jean's there. We always have Jean in the as one of our lancers, but I like to do this in sort of order. You want to see what their potential info is like. So pollen allergies, yeah, drain. Basically, he's not good outdoors, or at least not near plants. There's certain things to do there. And he has enhanced firing accuracy when he's near men. And his next potential is, more specifically, he's in love with Largo. And yeah, he makes a greater compliment to Largo, actually, because, yeah, he does more damage, he's more accurate, and I always take him. I will probably take 2 or 3. Hex is one I quite like as well. Metal allergy, though, is a bit of a dodgy one. Oh, I hadn't meant to...
My name...
Sorry. I should really go and do this the proper way round, actually.
Thanks for...
I will get you back, don't worry. And then we have our scouts. We only have 2, and what we have is we have night vision, outdoors. Yeah, we got the best. That's the best sniper. There is another one I quite like as well. And a sniper killer there. Alright, so let's go and do this logically here. Starting with the guys at the top. This is the reason why this is going to take the whole video, by the way. So, we begin with Metabread, Bugnerud, Good Buddy. Let's have a look at your potential info. Close friends, makes them a little cheerier, boosting attack power. Now, you'll notice the friends, Ted, Monthly, and Emil. We have Ted, possibly, as another scout. Likes trenches, and grassy fields help them relax, increasing defense. Overall, I don't see a reason not to have Nancy at this point. So Nancy goes in.
I'm Nancy DeFore. It's so good to meet you.
Next up, Ted, who lives everybody, but has a metal allergy, so basically doesn't want to be near tanks. Which possibly includes sort of tanks that are on the sides. But we're going to take Ted anyway, because that will boost our other scouts up.
Hello, I'm Ted Ustinov, and I've got some great new material for you.
They also do have their own backstories, and some of them will be sort of explored. One thing I did have to check there, so that's Nancy and Ted. Is there a third one that sort of links to both of them? Not really. Oh, well, I'll just briefly go through Largo and Brigitte at this stage. Brigitte. Big sister, she basically is a fan of other shock troopers. She doesn't like the sand, and she takes less damage from interception fire. Child of nature, loves being outdoors, paved roads. Oh, it's lowered defense on paved roads. Duh. Boosting abilities when near allies, and big-hearted. Reviving immunity HP reaches 0. Yeah, we'll get to what happens when people die a bit later. We will need a 4th scout, I think. I'm probably not going to recruit too many more at this point. I'm just seeing what we can do here. So we would have Rosie, we would have Ted. That probably will do for scouts. If we got 4, that's probably too many. If I'm using more than 4 scouts, we're probably doing something wrong.
I'm Cherry Steinen, like with a J. It's silent, but I'm not.
Why did we recruit you again? Either way, we then move on to our shock troopers. Now, I think Edie's the one I'd normally take. Born Leader is quite nice, having people nearby. She can be a defensive shock trooper that holds position. She's good in the country. Doesn't like being shot at when she's moving, which is a little on the downside, really. Let's see what else we got. We've got you. The other thing to note is that the black-haired people have Darksons, and some people are naturally suspicious of them. You'll sort of see that. Yeah, Darkson hater and various things that are around. It's something to be aware of. Sard, Melville. Let's see now. I'm also looking kind of for other things as well. I think having... They all have their sort of advantages and disadvantages, but Imp Hater is a good one to have. Hatred for Empire wields a boost in accuracy, and also good at killing Lancers, which is probably a bit overkill, actually, because they hate additional damage.
The name's Jane Turner. I'll do anything if it means putting holes in imps.
Well, we'll find Imperials for you to put holes in. Shut in Pessimist. Oh, we don't really want Pessimists, but I'll show you what they do. So, Smell of Iron clears the head, leading to boosting attack power, and also having less than half full health makes them throw away hope, lowers defense when they go down to half health. The way I play this game, that's probably not a good idea. Pollen allergy. Now I'm back into the scouts again. I don't seem to have a lot of the good ones I normally go with. Anyone like Jane? Not sure. Not sure anybody would like Jane, to be really honest. Alright, we'll take Edie.
I'm Edie Nelson. Perhaps you've heard of me. I'm sure we'll get along swimmingly.
We shall certainly try. And who else haven't we got here? Lancer Hater, Camp Defender, Country Bred. I think we're running out of people to have with here. I might take Kobe here. Country Bred, bad back, but Born Leader again is another good bonus. Claustrophobic. Lowered defense in trenches. I don't think we can afford that. Bad back, I think it's just as bad though. Dropping defense while bending over to crouch. I think I might take you just for the sake of it. They do have additional potentials.
I'm Mika Hawkins. I'll be...
Which can be unlocked and possibly rebalance them out. Some of them only have... Some of them have 3, some of them have 4. We'll now move on to our... Let's see what we got there so far. So it's 4. I'm not going to go too mad with this, but let's go and hire Jan Walker.
Hey, soldier! I'm Jan Walker. I'll fight with everything I've got.
And I'm almost certainly only going to use Jan and... Jan and Largo. There we go. I know what I'm talking about. But we might as well add another one as well. Let's go for... Does anybody actually like Desert Bred Engineer we're going to take. But... Yeah, that'd be alright. And actually Night Vision as well.
The name's Walter Nash, buddy. Pleasure to be working with you.
Night Vision and wears sunglasses. He can see well. Alright, then we'll take Herbert, who I love, by the way. He is absolutely my favourite engineer. When HP reaches a bit high, dealing spare, decreased accuracy, Desert Bred. But it's the third ability I like, where occasionally he feels like doing something, and he has a really good turn. And it's always a fun thing when that happens.
Herbert Nielsen is me. I mean, yeah, I'll try.
The enthusiasm! That's why he's in this army. Desert allergy. I suppose actually having a desert allergy person here would be fine. Shut in. I think we'll take Claudia as well. Most of the engineers are going to be hanging out behind the tank.
I'm Claudia.
But that'll be fine. And just as a third one, just to be on the safe side, I think we're going to go with... I think you're a Fatalist as well, aren't you? And Ramsey, because you're probably going to be near a tank most of the time.
I'm Ramsey Clement.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi indeed. And that leaves us with our 2 snipers. We don't really have a choice in this, but Imp Hater Night Vision Sniper is awesome.
Hey, I'm Oscar Baylor. Thanks for taking me on board.
You're welcome, sir. And Cesari we might as well take as well, because, you know, Desert Bred doesn't like Darksons. Might be a problem. And he's also good at taking out other snipers.
My name is Cesari Regard, and I'll handle things my own way, thank you.
Well, thank you too. So we do have a load more open slots, but I don't really need to fill them out anymore. If I'm using more than this, I'm in trouble. The most I can use in a battle at once is 10, and I think the tank takes up 2 at one of those slots anyway. Okay, fine. So it is going to make me do this. Let's then go for... Who haven't we got then? We'll take Kevin. We shall take Wendy.
I'm Wendy Chess.
And we shall take another scout or 2. We'll need a claustrophobic. Yeah, we'll go with you.
I'm Frisia York.
And one more. Let's go and take Hermes just to finish off. Actually, he doesn't seem to have a link with anybody. Chatty, Desert Allergy, Trooper Kill. We'll go with that.
Hey, Welkster, I'm Melville Young. I'll do my best, man.
Yes, you will. Okay, so we're done.
Well, feel like you've struck a balance?
We've struck a balance as long as nobody dies.
To adjust your squad. As time passes, we'll have more recruits to choose from, so keep an eye on that list. Oh, and all the recruits go through training together, so they're all ready for combat.
Yeah, this is key. Even though we will lose people, what we really use is the unique makeup of skills. We can replace them with another one, and they'll be about the same level.
They'll be at the
In fact,
same
they will
level
be at
as
the same level.
You can swap out members without the worry of losing the benefit of their experience. Trust in your own judgment.
Yeah.
That should...
Again, it's a kind of a downer, really, because we lose less for losing people.
Wow.
But
squad leader's a lot of responsibility.
Only if we care about the characters.
Come to think of it, Valdio's heading up Squad 1, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I wonder if he's off sorting through this stuff now, too. I'd better get a move on.
And now it's time to spend some experience points. The training field. And this is what we use experience for.
Welcome to your worst nightmare. I'm the guy who's gonna whip you lazy blobs into shape.
Yes, he is.
Still, I can't work miracles here. No amount of drilling beats real combat experience. I want you all to go out there, kick some imp tail, and then show me what you learned. I will train that experience into something you can actually use. Level you bums up. But don't go trying to hog all the glory. A squad's a team, and we got no need for stars. You will train as a class and level up by class. Scout level 2, Scout level 3. You get it? When the scouts level up, that means each and every one of them goes up that level.
Pretty much explained.
You hear me, maggots? Any of you think he's better than the rest of the team, go home now!
When we need every man for a war, that's not something you want to say.
All right.
But basically, he's kind of explained it already. So, here we see the experience chart. Now, the main three we're going to be focusing on are the top three. In fact, we're going to be focusing on the scout more than the top three, but still, for now, we'll go and level up each of these by 1 level. In fact, I'm going to level everybody up by 1 level, get them all to level 2. They'll get slightly more... They get slightly more hit points, and they'll all work their way slightly more towards the important things. Oh.
Looks like that session beat a new...
Now, potentials. They're the little skills I sort of mentioned earlier. They will get unlocked as we level these things up. I'm going to use the rest of my points to just level up the scouts again. Because trust me, the scouts are the important ones.
I got no use for...
Especially if I'm going to be cheesing things. Which I won't be.
Good work, man!
So there we are, we're level 3 with the scouts, and as you can see we need gradually more experience. Level 10's the critical one, because that means they go up to elite, so from scouts to elite scouts example. But we're done there.
Got it. Oh, sometimes leveling...
Yeah, this is what I kind of already mentioned.
Those abilities will form a big part...
Here's the order. Well, I'll worry about orders a bit later, because I'm running out of time and I'm being pressed, so... So I will explain all of this next video. There's also the R&D facility, which I will do for the next video, I think. We'll go back to book mode. I'll do the R&D, which is where we spend our money to upgrade our tanks and also our units' abilities. Oh, okay, it's going to make me do this. Alright, fine. I'm going to have to rush through this quickly.
Welcome to R&D, man.
Research and development. Sorry, Leon. I realise you're quite a cool character, you know, but still.
What's going on, Leon?
Basically, these are the people responsible for upgrading our tank and our equipment. We use money to basically go and do this, and I'm really sorry I wasn't expecting to be pushed for time this soon.
Of course.
Yeah, basically we have to spend all the money we earn in battle, tweaking and upgrading the tank. There are additional sort of things we can do with this, but for now, I'll worry about that later. So I'm going to say, until next time, folks. Yep, thank you. So next time, folks, I will see you later. Till then.